Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P0153 relates to a malfunction in the front air-fuel ratio sensor, specifically Bank 2, Sensor 1, of the Honda Accord models from the years 2012 to 2017. This sensor plays a critical role in monitoring the air-fuel mixture in the engine, helping the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, determine the appropriate fuel flow for optimal combustion. The front AF sensor outputs a linear signal that correlates to the oxygen concentration in the exhaust gases. When the output does not conform to expected values for a specified duration, the PCM registers a deterioration in response, triggering this diagnostic trouble code and impacting vehicle performance. The location of this particular sensor is generally situated in the exhaust manifold or close to the engine block, making it integral to the vehicle's exhaust system. Effective diagnosis and troubleshooting of this code can lead to improved vehicle efficiency and reduced emissions. In conclusion, DTC P0153 signals a malfunction in the front AF sensor located in Bank 2, which is essential for proper air-fuel ratio management in the Honda Accord from 2012 to 2017. Understanding the role of this sensor is key, as it significantly impacts engine performance and emissions levels. Diagnosing the issue requires a methodical approach to ensure all potential causes are examined and corrected. By carefully following the outlined diagnostic steps, vehicle owners and technicians can effectively address this trouble code. Regular maintenance and vigilance with sensor checks can greatly reduce future risks and ensure ongoing efficiency and compliance with emission standards. DTC P0153 indicates a problem with the front air-fuel ratio sensor on Bank 2, Sensor 1. This sensor is vital for accurately measuring the air-fuel mixture in the engine, allowing the PCM to make necessary adjustments to ensure clean and efficient combustion. Specifically, it outputs a linear voltage signal based on the oxygen levels in the exhaust. If the output falls below acceptable thresholds for a duration of 6.8 seconds, the PCM considers the sensor response as deteriorated and records a malfunction. Typically, the location of Bank 2 is on the opposite side of Bank 1 in a V-type engine layout. In a Honda Accord, it's usually found in the exhaust manifold, close to the engine, making it susceptible to high temperatures that could affect its functioning. Possible causes for the P0153 error include deterioration of the front AF sensor, Bank 2, Sensor 1, which can happen due to exposure to high heat and exhaust gases over time. Corrosion or damage in the wiring or connectors associated with the sensor can also lead to poor electrical communication between the sensor and the PCM. Additionally, exhaust leaks before the sensor could skew the readings, causing inaccurate air-fuel mixture calculations. It's important to keep in mind that while these are common causes, other issues unrelated to the sensor itself might also interfere with its performance, and a comprehensive diagnosis is often necessary to identify the issue. When DTC P0153 is triggered, you may experience several noticeable symptoms. Starting with poor fuel economy, an inefficient air-fuel ratio can lead to increased fuel consumption as the engine struggles to maintain optimal performance. Additionally, drivers might notice a rough engine idle as the engine management system attempts to compensate for the incorrect ratio. Increased exhaust emissions are also a likely consequence, as improper combustion leads to unburned fuel entering the exhaust system. These issues not only affect vehicle performance, but also have environmental implications, making it crucial to address the underlying causes promptly. In the first troubleshooting step for DTC P0153, the initial action is to start the engine and raise the RPM to approximately 3,000, while ensuring there is no load on the engine, such as putting an automatic transmission in park. or a manual transmission in neutral. This elevated engine speed should be maintained until the radiator fan activates, which indicates that the engine is reaching operating temperature. Upon activation of the fan, allow the engine to return to idle. This step helps stabilize the engine's operating parameters, ensuring that all components, including the AF sensor, are functioning under normal conditions before performing any further diagnostics. The second step in troubleshooting DTC P0153 involves driving the vehicle at a steady speed of no more than 25 miles per hour for a minimum of 5 minutes. This allows the PCM to monitor the performance of various components under more typical driving conditions, enabling the AF sensor to respond as expected in a low-load scenario. It's important to maintain a steady speed without abrupt changes in acceleration or deceleration during this period to ensure consistent readings. Observing these conditions is vital for accurately interpreting whether the sensor is showing signs of malfunction or if the error code is being falsely triggered due to transient issues. In the third step of the troubleshooting procedure, you need to accelerate the vehicle to a steady speed of at least 36 miles per hour, while keeping the engine RPM between 1500 and 2500. This should be sustained for at least 6.8 seconds to allow the PCM to adequately evaluate the response of the AF sensor during this higher load operation. Monitoring the sensor's output during this phase is critical, as it provides essential data on how the sensor reacts when subjected to increased airflow and engine demands. It is important to adhere to safe driving practices and ensure that these parameters are respected to prevent inadvertently triggering other diagnostics or codes. Once repairs are performed based on the troubleshooting findings, the next step is to clear the DTC from the PCM using a scan tool. This ensures that the system resets and can start monitoring for faults afresh. Following the reset, it's crucial to test drive the vehicle under multiple conditions, both low load and heavy load, to verify that there are no returning codes and that the AFAT sensor, as well as the entire engine management system, functions as intended. Throughout the drive, constantly monitor the DTC status to confirm that the vehicle is free from errors and to ensure that the repair has successfully resolved the underlying issue. To prevent issues like DTC P0153 from recurring, it's wise to incorporate preventive maintenance strategies into your vehicle care routine. First, regularly inspect the AF sensor for signs of deterioration or damage, especially during routine oil changes or servicing. Checking the exhaust system for leaks is crucial, as any breach can directly impact sensor readings and lead to premature failure. Furthermore, maintaining clean air filters and ensuring that the air intake system functions optimally will help prolong the life of the AF sensor by providing clean airflow. By proactively addressing these areas, vehicle owners can significantly reduce the risk of encountering this diagnostic trouble code again. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.